Since the attack on the Capitol on January the 6th, the news cycles seem to be going from 30 minutes to 5 minutes. In order to stay updated, I gather the Google Trends every morning to see what people are searching for. A Forbes article with the headline, "Twitter is the worst company on the planet Earth. Here's how to bet against the stock and deactivate your account." After clicking through, the article fades to white and it says, "This page is no longer active. We regret any inconvenience." And then it directs you to the terms and conditions, or you can be redirected back to the main Forbes site. I immediately sent this article to multiple friends, and every single person sent back a screenshot saying that the link was broken. But I knew Forbes was trolling people, and I needed to prove it. So I reached out to my favorite web dev, UI expert, Robert Haverly, at Robert Haverly at Twitter, and I asked him what he could dig up. Within about 30 seconds, he sent me this screenshot, which actually shows a retracted fade in 2 seconds. So this is obviously intentional on the part of Forbes. What exactly this was about, I can only speculate, but I knew that there was a troll going on. With the top search in the last 24 hours being Twitter stock price, it made absolute sense that Forbes would be trying to capitalize on that for clicks. But here's the fun part. When you go to the page and you see the retraction after 2 seconds, and you read the headline, you also notice the author's name is Jim Collins. So within just a few minutes, my bearded brethren Robert Haverly hacked the code and gave me a direct link to the actual article. Now here's where it gets fun. Pretty much the entire article is telling everybody what a horrible investment Twitter is and how they need to leave the platform immediately and sell their stock. If you want to be able to actually read the article, I've put a card link up here for you. But check this out. At the bottom, you can see follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn or check out my website. Guess what happens when you click on Twitter? Bing! At Portfolio Guru no longer exists. Over the past several days, hundreds of thousands of Twitter accounts have been erased. Not only that, but the right-wing social media platform Parlor has been pulled from the Google Play Store and the App Store, and they've been completely pulled from Amazon servers, in effect shutting the entire system down. So what does this mean? I don't want to come off as an alarmist or overdramatic, but it seems to me that the American Civil Cold War has kicked off. Since I got the notification on my phone today that Parler was shut down, I went over to a Twitter account called Parler Takes. Parler Takes is a Twitter account exclusively created to help you track what's going on specifically in the Parler app. And as I was trying to figure out where people were going to go from Parler, I ran across this article. So a group of developers latched onto press releases that Twilio put out midnight last night. In the press release, Twilio accidentally revealed which services Parler was using. Turns out it was all of the security authentications that were used to register a user. This allowed anyone to create a user and not to have to verify an email address and immediately have logged on an account. Well, because of that access, it gave them access to the behind the login box API that is used to deliver content, all content, parlay videos, images, user profiles, user information, etc. But what it also did was reveal which users had administrative rights and moderation rights. Well, then what happened? Those user accounts that had administrative rights to the entire platform, the hackers, internet warriors, call it what you will, was able to use the forgotten password link to change the password. Why? Because Twilio was no longer authenticating emails. This meant that they'd directly get to reset the password screen of the administration user. This group of internet warriors then used that account to create a handful of other administration accounts and then create a script that ended up creating millions of fake administration accounts. Now that they had a way of creating admin accounts without interruption, they created a Docker image, basically a virtual machine called a warrior that anyone could download, and when fired up would immediately start collecting data off of Parler in a coordinated fashion. Consider it like SETI, search for extraterrestrial intelligence, that people used to load up as screensavers when their computers were not being used. Same concept, crowdsourcing. All this data, the videos, the images, the posts, the metadata, including the geolocation of all images and videos and the connections to the accounts that posted it, has been since midnight being uploaded to various cloud drives and storage arrays for the purpose of archiving this information for later retrieval by law enforcement, by the public, by open source intelligence communities. And the kicker is this. All of this information was thought to be secure and private by individuals who were making the post. A significant number of those individuals went through the process of being a verified citizen on Parler. What does that mean? It means they uploaded a picture of the front and back of their real state driver's license. Let that sink in for a second. I am positive the FBI has been actively soaking in this information along with the internet warriors, but this is how they're going to officially track down. And it's how the FBI, DHS, FAA have been able to immediately and exhaustively create no-fly lists. Every verified attendee of the Capitol riot where they can find a real name has been placed on the no-fly list. It might seem like a small geeky glitch or hack, but in the age of information warfare, this is the silver bullet for the people who use Parler as a place to organize their efforts. Also, a lot of posts were deleted by Parler members after the riots on the 6th. Turned out Parler didn't actually delete anything, just set a bit as deleted. Guess what has access to all deleted content? Administrator account. The polarization in America has never been more intense. And now that we have purging of right-wing social media accounts and right-wing social media platforms, this is going to have a dramatic impact on our politics moving forward. We look boldly in the face of calamity with cocktail in hand. Welcome to Cocktails and Calamity. If you want to stay updated on more stories like this, the technology and politics that are shaping humanity's global future, all you've got to do is click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know whenever we go live with a new show.